everyone. So today I'll be showing you how to make some vegan vanilla cupcakes. It's a highly requested video from a lot of you. So I'll show you how to make them from scratch and how to bake them. And then I'll also show you how to make the vegan buttercream and how to fill in your piping bag, and also how to ice perfect cupcakes. So please keep watching. So today we're going to be making some vegan vanilla cupcakes. It's super simple to make. We're just using some staple items that you probably have in your pantry. So let's get started. So you can either use a KitchenAid mixer or just a bowl and a spatula. So we're going to start with our all-purpose flour, and I'll have all the measurements in the description below. Next is our organic cane sugar. And then we also have a baking soda, baking powder, and some salt. Okay, so add all your dried ingredients into the mixing bowl, and you're just gonna briefly whisk it. You're gonna need a separate bowl and add in all your wet ingredients. So in this bowl, I have oat milk, and I'm gonna add in some water, canola oil, you can use whatever oil you want, apple cider vinegar, and vanilla. Okay, and then just mix it a little bit. And then you're gonna add everything into this bowl, all at once. Okay, now start your mixer. Okay, so you don't wanna overmix this or undermix it. So if you undermix, it will be lumpy. If you overmix, it will be tough. So I will mix it for a few seconds, and then I will scrape down the paddle and scrape down the sides of the bowl. This should be good. So I'm just gonna remove the paddle. And scrape down the bowl. Make sure the bottom is thoroughly mixed. Okay, now this makes 12 cupcakes. So get your cupcake scoop and then scoop it into each cavity. See, make sure you get everything in the bowl to make 12 cupcakes. Okay, and then you just want to shake it a little bit and tap it just to make sure all the batter is even. And then we're going to put it into the oven for 20 minutes. Okay, meanwhile, while the cupcakes are baking and cooling, we're going to be making our vanilla buttercream. So in the mixing bowl, I have Earth Balance, which is a vegan butter substitute. And then in this one, I have Vegetable Shortening. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, and then attach on your whisk attachment. Turn it on. first turn it on, it will kind of stick to the sides of the bowl. So you want to use your spatula and scrape down everything. Okay, our cupcakes are ready. So we're gonna cream the butter first before we add in any icing sugar. Okay, you wanna mix it until it's nice and creamy and there's no more chunks. And then in a separate bowl, we're gonna sift in our icing sugar. Okay, now that our icing sugar is all sifted, we're gonna add it into the bowl. And you want to turn your mixer on slow first so then the icing sugar doesn't fly everywhere. So scrape down your bowl to make sure you get all the icing sugar. Looks great. So I usually just tap my whisk against the bowl to get off this glob of icing. Here is our frosting, and you can flavor this any way you like it. So you can add vanilla, peppermint extract, lavender, lemon extract. It's really up to you. Okay, our cupcakes are done. Look how beautiful they are. So we're gonna put on a cooling rack to make sure they're cool before we ice them. Otherwise the icing will melt. So for these cupcakes, you can use either oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, coconut milk. There might be a few variations on the amount of liquid you have to use. I used to use almond milk where I would just use all almond milk, but I switched to oat milk, so I dilute it with some water so it's not as thick. So it kind of depends on the consistency of the plant milk that you were using. Okay. Now we're going to fill our piping bag, and unfortunately I don't have any piping bags because I'm at home. I brought everything else except piping bags, so we're gonna use a Ziploc bag, and I have a piping tip here. So you're gonna cut off the a small portion of the tip of the bag. Don't cut off too much. You can kind of test it out first. Make sure your tip fits. So mine doesn't fit, so I'm gonna cut a little bit more. Okay, hopefully this works. Okay, so I'm gonna use an IKEA clip to clip the piping tip down so that when you're filling the bag, the icing is not going to come out the other end. Okay, so I also have like a tall cup here. So I'm going to open my piping bag. this and take my icing. And don't fill it up too much. Okay, and then when you're closing up your piping bag, you want to shake it so that all the icing goes to the bottom towards the tip, and so that there's no air bubbles. Okay, so I'm gonna close this up. And here's my makeshift icing bag. Okay, so I'm gonna release the clip from the bottom and put it at the top. So it kind of helps squeeze down the icing when you're icing your cupcakes. Okay, now that our cupcakes are cool, we are ready to ice them. So I ice from the center and then I go outwards to get a nice swirl. Okay, so we're gonna do center and then outwards. And then it takes practice, but there's a lot of like muscle memory in your fingers on how to apply the icing and how to release the pressure and apply pressure. So I'm starting from the center and piping outwards, and then I am taking off the pressure to get a nice tail at the very end. So center and outwards. There you have it. The vanilla cupcakes. So thanks for watching our video today. I hope I showed you a trick or two on how to make cupcakes. Make sure you like and subscribe this video and follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.